We're in Psalm 12. We left off yesterday with David bemoaning the fact that he couldn't find a faithful or godly man, and everyone was speaking vanity and flattering with their lips, but speaking with a double heart, mixed motives and hypocrisy. He was struggling to find authentic companions and authentic friends that were godly and faithful and simply wanted to serve God along with him and bless others along with him. He comes to verse 3 and he says, "The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips." The idea of being cut off is frankly to stop. God's going to silence. He's going to turn them off. He's going to destroy. He's going to cut down. He's going to break them. Okay, that's the idea. So God will cut off the flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things, who have said, "With our tongue will we prevail. Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us?" So in David's context, there are people who have completely dismissed God. They have completely disregarded God and his boundaries and his laws and his directives, frankly, his heart. God's people were supposed to be representative of his heart, but in this case, these people had rejected God and rejected his heart. And they're flattering and trying to use and exploit David. They're trying to subdue him. They're trying to undercut him. They're flattering, but they're working against him. And there's hypocrisy. And he's bemoaning the fact that he just wants to serve with faithful companions. He's looking for godly friendship. But now in verse 3, he puts it back into God's hands. And this is always a good thing. The Lord is going to deal with these things, is what he's saying. God's going to handle the flattering lips and the tongue that speaks proud things. God's going to handle the word of ungodly people that is of no value. He's going to handle all the broken promises. He's going to handle all of the exploitation, all of the manipulative politicking. He's going to deal with all of that. At every level. I'm thinking of things at a political level. I'm thinking of things in church, bad church stories of politics internally. And I've seen plenty of politicking and fakery. I don't want to share any stories with you. They're all too close to home. But we all have been impacted by somebody else's hypocrisy, somebody else's fakery. And sometimes we want to write the record. Sometimes we want to get in there and mix it up and fix things. And every time I've ever tried to do that, I just make a bigger mess because a hypocrite is never going to admit to hypocrisy. No, a hypocrite is always going to make you the problem. A narcissist is always going to shine the light back on you. You're the problem. They're never the problem. Even if you catch a narcissist or a hypocrite in a bold-face, ice-cold lie, I mean, incontrovertible evidence, you lied. They will flip it. They'll flip the narrative. "Oh, you misunderstood me. Oh, I meant to say. No, I don't know. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear me right. Oh, I was totally misconstrued." Okay. I mean, they'll just spin the narrative any way they can to slip away. They'll never own it. They'll never own their own hypocrisy, their own flattery, their own smooth talk. So David realizes this and he says, "God, you're going to have to write this. You're going to have to handle this. You're going to have to deal with this." Those people, verse 4, those people who with their tongue try to overcome, try to gain power, try to gain favor, try to manipulate their own outcomes and exploit and take advantage of vulnerable people and oppress the poor and the weak and whatever else they can do. The injustice is what he's dealing with. Those people that with their tongue say they can prevail and they say, "Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us?" What flagrance, what presumption. There is no Lord over us. What we say goes and nobody can hold us account. I don't know if you ever feel that way about even matters of government, matters of politics, but anymore, whoever's in power gets their way, whether it's good or not, whether it's right or not, whether it's just or not. Whoever holds the power gets their way. We don't live in a just day. We don't live in a righteous day. And even those that feign righteousness or morality, once they get in power, they don't generally do moral things. They use power for their own ends. It's sad, and it can leave a lot of us feeling powerless, helpless. But what does David say? David says, no, God's got this. God is keeping the record, and he will stop this. You know the beautiful thing about heaven? Well, where do I start, right? Let me back up. You know one wonderful thing of a billion wonderful things about heaven? One wonderful thing will be the eradication of sin. Nobody will ever lie to you in heaven. Nobody will ever use or exploit you in heaven. We will be free from all the politics, all of the falsehoods, all the deception, all the trickery, all the manipulation. We will be totally free from that. No matter what party wins the elections, no matter what president or Congress or governor or mayor is in power, you can never expect righteousness to reign supreme and justice to flow perfectly until Jesus is on the throne. But once we're in heaven, and once Jesus is ruling and reigning forever, it will be cut off permanently forever. And even my own propensity to hypocrisy, even my own struggles with doublespeak and flattery, even my own mixed motives, you know what I'm looking for about heaven? My own sin struggles will be done. I hate sin. I hate my flesh, and it will be once and for all over. And I'll have a new body and a fully sanctified new heart, and I will be like him, and I won't have struggles with sin anymore. So my friend, you may look around and it may seem really dark, but look up and say, help, Lord, and he will sustain you today, even in the midst of all this deception and dishonesty. He's got it all in hand. Hey, thanks for joining me. Happy Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow.